Now, a team of senior officials from Mombasa County have toured the construction site of a beach resort which is suspected to have encroached on the public beachfront. A team of journalists who visited the Dolphin Beach Resort were allegedly assaulted at the scene. Now, we have a reporter on the ground, Tobias Chanji, for us. Tobias, good afternoon. I understand the journalists in question were released, but have you managed to gather any kind of development out of there?
Very good afternoon, Yusuf. Right now we are the famous Pirates Public Beach. After touring the Dolphin Beach Resort that is being constructed at the moment, we were together with the CEC in charge of lands for the Mombasa County government, that's Edward Nyale. But we were in front of the Big Tree restaurant here at Pirates Public Beach, which is one of those hotels that has been constructed on the beach that the county government officials are touring to inspect if at all they had all the documentation. Initially, like an hour ago, we were at the Dolphin Beach Resort where two journalists, as you've said, were assaulted yesterday. Then later on they were released. Up to now, we don't know why they were assaulted, but some people have told us, intimated to us, that they were assaulted because most of them were taken because they were taking pictures of the facility that has been contention with officials from the county government of Mombasa. But here with me is the CEC for lands that will tell us more about the facilities, that is the Dolphin Beach Resort, and also about this big tree here, the Pirates Beach Public Beach. Just welcome to studios.
Thank you. Thank you, Tobias. Like I said, is the county government of Mombasa is always trying to make sure that our beaches are safe, our public spaces are safe. So in the morning, following the public complaints that have been realized, we did visit the Dolphin Hotel. And of course, you see, we went there with our team of surveyors, we went there with our team of building inspectors, we went there with our team of also planners. And the purpose at Dolphin was really to look into the allegations, whether this actually has been an encroachment on the sea, has any beach access probably been blocked, and also look at the nature of the construction to make sure that it meets the necessary architectural and structural integrity. But then I did say that we always do and respond to public complaints. So like you correctly mentioned, now today we're here at Big Tree. We had already, as a county government, visited Big Tree. We had issued them notices. As you can see, this is one of such structure that had been built. If you look really at the cadastre map, this is actually part of what is supposed to be their plot. But like I said, some of these boundaries were established in the 1920s, 30s, up to 1940s. And the sea has changed to the sea level. So you find that the high water mark has probably extended. Now you can see clearly that this building has basically collapsed. You can see even the operators have put a warning sign that you cannot walk here. And when the high tide comes, all these rocks are actually covered, and we have had cases of reported injuries. So we did come here, issued them notices to rectify the situation. I personally was here less than 3 weeks ago, where I gave them 14 weeks. It seems that there has been slow pace. So as you can clearly see, and from the shot, you'll see that this has actually cracked, it's unfit. And the sad thing is that they're actually operating this as a public place. If you come here on Sunday, people come to the beach, you have families, you have children, and you could even see today that we had guests on the other side who are sitting on a beach that is actually collapsing. You can actually see beneath it. So I've talked with my inspectors. We are issuing immediate closure notice to this public place until they are able to remove the rubble and actually rectify. Because we had given them, our engineers had given them a recommendation to move at least 14-15 meters from where the current high water mark is.
And back to Dolphin, did they meet the conditions? Because what you've seen there is that sand was scooped from the sea.
Yes, so like I said, yes, it looked highly unusual because that is not natural formation of the sand. And like I said, is until our team of surveyors actually look at that. We have our team also of engineers. We also were accompanied by Warma and also NEMA. So we'll combine all these reports and be able to see exactly does that interfere, and if so, how does it interfere? Then we'll come up with corrective measures. What I can say is that, well, we had a prior meeting, the three agencies together with the management, and they actually said they're willing to be able to implement whatever recommendations we come up with. I think the important thing to say is that we will always be at the forefront in protecting these public places and public beaches in particular, because as you can see, there's been a sudden outcry. And like I said earlier, it's not starting today. This has been a consistent position of the county government of Mombasa. You've seen us at Kibarani, you have seen us at Fort Jesus, so we'll continue playing that role. This should not be seen like it's probably the current national hype. But we are always on the ground. Probably we've not done a large scale like has happened in Nairobi, but we're always on the ground to make sure any issue comes, we address it as soon as it arrives.
We've also had reports that the building belongs to a senior government official. Are you going to name him?
Well, there have been that speculation, but I think the important thing that matters for now and to the public is, are we safeguarding the public beach? Are we safeguarding the public access? To me, that is the critical thing for now, more than who owns the building. I'll tell you, is if the approvals, look, these are companies, so unless you want to search and see who the directorships are, you can always go there. But I think my primary focus is to make sure that the public has access, they can walk on the beach. If there was an access, it's restored. I think that is of paramount importance, rather than who owns the building or who is actually constructing it. Okay.
Well, Yusuf, those are sentiments from the Land CEC of Mombasa, who has given a ultimatum of 7 days to give a full report of the dolphin resort that is being constructed, and at the same time insisting that it's going to close this place here, Big Tree Restaurant, come tomorrow. Last week, human rights body Haki Africa also said that 2,000 buildings in Mombasa needs to come down because they were constructed either on riparian land or grabbed land. Back to studio.